Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. All right, today is Thursday, March 31st, and it is the last day of the month. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Hey, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on TikTok, and you can find me on other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. And just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. By the way, if you are watching on the Money Chat Now page, for some reason we had noticed after the last few days we weren't transmitting on that page. So if you do see it, please just let me know in the comments that you see it now. We want to know if we fixed the problem. All right. Of course, you can comment live during the show on everything, including YouTube and Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. That is, as long as YouTube keeps us on the air, because who knows. And please say hi so I know you're watching. By the way, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now page, interestingly enough, your name may not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page, hit like, and share and comment from there. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock option trading from those who do it every day. All right, I want to say a quick hello to some people watching online. I want to say hello to Joe and Ken and Ruben and Bill. Good morning, guys. And hey, by the way, if you guys, like I said, if you're watching from the Money Chat Now page, please let me know it's working, and if it's not, please let me know it's not working. Oh, look at that. It said it's working. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right. On today's show, of course, we're going to be discussing the futures update. We're going to be discussing masks, and no more masks. Vaccine funding and robot pharmacies. Can you tell we have a little bit of theme going on today? All right. Let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday and what's going on today. All right. So yesterday played out just as I said it would. If you remember, I said that the market was going to take a bit of a pause as the investors enjoyed the past 2 weeks of great gains, and that's basically what happened, right? The Nasdaq took the biggest hit, and it was down about 1.5%, and of course here we go. One more time. The Dow Jones was down 65, and Apple, by the way, was down yesterday along with the other big tech stocks, and the bond rate was not the cause this time. It actually moved down a bit. It looked like oil moved up on the end of the, basically on the rumor that Putin was going to stop his foolishness. So it was weird. The rumor was Putin was going to slow down the bombings, but the jerk decided to continue to make a mess of Ukraine instead of doing the right thing. Biden had decided to give Ukraine $500 million in defense funds to help the war effort over there. And, I can't help but think that he and the other devil-worshipping Democrats are funding this to keep the defense stocks riding high and make a profit from it. I really want to see the Pelosi stock portfolio, and when they sell the defense stocks, then the war will be over. Just like the pharmaceutical stocks. After they all took their profits, they decided that the case count was no longer of interest. You can hardly find it any longer, right? But the last time I looked, it was higher than a year ago. People have stopped lining up for vaccines, and masks are no longer required unless, of course, you're on an airplane. Because apparently it's the only place you can still get COVID according to science that states you must still wear a mask on airplanes. Or does it? We're going to be discussing that in the next segment. All right, let's get back to the market. Lululemon was the big winner yesterday when the company announced a buyback program. Usually when a company buys its own stock, it's done because the company feels the stock is undervalued and it wants to own a higher percentage of itself to sell off later at a profit. It's basically no different than you and I buying it. However, they have the information, they have more of the information to make a decision. They kind of call that insider trading, but it's really not if it's your own company. We kind of don't have that information. Anyway, the stock rose twice this week, and yesterday it rose about 11%. That would have been a nice stock option play, by the way, if you would have been playing it. Chewy was one of the big losers yesterday as its earnings report came in with terrible numbers. They lost more money than Wall Street expected, and the revenue was down, right? This was one of the big movers during the scamdemic when people thought they would never be allowed to shop in a supermarket again. The pet food delivery company, like other at-home service stocks, did well, but they're all falling quickly. Stocks like Zoom and Peloton. There are other examples of this. Most of the stocks went down during the government overreach, have recovered, except, of course, for the travel stocks. And I think my next segment is going to be a catalyst for this recovery play. Let me take a quick look at the market right now. In pre-market, the Dow is down 45. It's been hovering all day. This is the first time it's actually down this far. And again, not that bad, but still down 45. The S&P is down almost 3, and the Nasdaq is actually up about 20. So it's kind of a weird day. We're going to talk about why in a little while. All right. Real quick, I want to say hello to some of the people who've joined us. Of course, my honey, Linda, joined us, and James, and Ken, and Dave. Thanks, guys. I totally appreciate you. All right. It truly looks like the madness is going to end soon. Do you remember all the ways the science said you would die of coronavirus? You guys remember when they closed down public parks because they were afraid children would touch the monkey bars and die of coronavirus? This is how fast we forget when our dictatorship government decides to rule our lives and all you sheep decide to follow these ridiculous rules. Well, as the people came out of their COVID comas, they started to see that the danger wasn't there, but they couldn't handle just ripping the Band-Aid off all at once. They basically had to move slowly and end the stupidity. First it was, okay, you can now play in playgrounds. Oh boy, my kid can play in a playground. They won't die of coronavirus now because the science said so. Then it was okay to gather closer than 6 feet apart. And then it was okay if you were vaccinated, you would no longer have to wear a mask. Well, and now guess what? You could even attend school in person, but you need to wear a mask. Unbelievable. All right, now you can actually, do other things, like almost everything. But the final step is apparently the only place left that you can still get the scary Omicron virus, and that is public transportation. First of all, if you ever rode the subway in New York City, the scary Omicron variant is probably the safest thing that could happen to you. And I'm not just talking about getting stabbed, shot, or maimed. I'm talking about how disgusting the subway cars and stations are. Ew. And then there's the total opposite, of course, which is the airplanes. The cleanest air in the world is on an airplane. The filtration systems on a plane are incredible. However, the Nazi-run government, run by our dictatorship leaders like Gestapo Joe and Dr. Frotsky, currently believe that the entire country is safe from coronavirus except on public transportation and airplanes. If you didn't know, Gestapo Joe's unconstitutional and unnecessary mask mandate was supposed to end in January. And then the Nazi decided he wanted to continue to control you by extending it into March. At the beginning of March, I don't know, can I say this? I don't know, bleep me if I can't say this. The son of a bitch dictator decided to extend it again until April 17th. So this will be extended again. And will it be extended again? I don't know. But that's the question on every person's mind, at least anyone with half a brain. Well, a few interesting things have happened over the past few months. First of all, a letter written to the dictator and signed by every airline CEO begged brain-dead Biden to drop the mandates. They continue to complain to Gestapo Joe and the CDC that their employees should not have to bear the responsibility of the numerous air travelers who are fed up with the ridiculous mandate as well. You have probably seen the videos of the fights the flight attendees are having with flyers. Well, you know the drill, right? And we all know it's time to end the useless mandate. Here is another really interesting thing. 21 states have sued Biden and the CDC and the World Health Organization to have mask mandates banned permanently. According to the New York Post, who printed the article and parts of the lawsuit simply states that faced with a government that displays outright disdain for the limits on its power, especially when it comes to COVID-19 pandemic, plaintiffs seek vacatur of the mask mandate and a permanent injunction against its enforcement. Wow. I will tell you that inside the article, there was a click to the lawsuit, and I read it, and it is eye-opening. I got to tell you, if you get a chance, look it up, do a search on it, look for the lawsuit, the actual lawsuit, and And look it up and read it. It is amazing, right? And just like Google it, right? And you'll find it amazing. Right? Listen, just so you guys know, we the people are fed up with the dictators is basically the gist of it. Okay, it's a pretty long segment, and most of you know that I'm passionate about the fact that our rights were stripped from us. I became a freedom fighter on this issue, and I even pulled down the police barriers around playgrounds to free the playgrounds and let the children play again. Look, I'm going to tell you the mask mandate's going to end shortly, but don't ever forget what they did to us. That's the thing. You need to not forget what they did to us. I'm also going to take this opportunity to remind you of our Finances and Freedom event coming up on Sunday, April 24th. And the event will have other freedom fighters like myself to help you learn how you can save your freedom and how you can use new techniques to save your finances as well. Doug Mastriano, who led the fight in PA for no masks on children, will be there to tell you his story and how he's running for governor. The other freedom fighter, Bill Spadia, New Jersey's #1 radio host, will also be there to discuss how he fought for freedom in New Jersey. I'm going to be there teaching you how to buy properties and make enormous profits and cash flow. I'll also teach you stock options, trading while you're there, right? You also need to register for this event. So make sure you go to register this event. Go to 4mmw.com, 4mmw.com to register. And if you want to learn how to buy stock options tonight, watch this commercial because we're going to be teaching stock options tonight. See you in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start. Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, of course, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. And if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn how to make more money and how to stop wearing masks. Hit that like button, let me know you enjoy the show, and you can leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them live. I got to tell you, I've been reading some of the comments that you guys left during that commercial. There's so many of them, I can't even read them, but it is hysterical. Some of you guys are great, and I totally appreciate you guys. Who is that? Is it Pro Commenter Man or something? I don't know. New guy on Facebook, on YouTube, and I appreciate you watching. I can't read the words, but that's pretty awesome. You've got a lot of cool stuff going on in there. That's wild. All right, let's talk about the futures update right now. The Dow is down 45, S&P is down 3.5, and the NASDAQ is actually up 14. All right, we talked about masks, and more masks. Oh. I'm watching the banter, and my wife actually said that she was on a plane, and she was, and it took her really long time to eat a box of cookies or a tray of cookies and drink coffee, and she says that she walked off the plane 10 pounds heavier, and I find that absolutely hysterical. That's how many cookies she had to eat to keep her masks off. I just find that funny. All right, we talked a little bit about masks and more masks. Coming up, we got vaccine funding. Wait till you hear this one. And then, of course, just to keep the theory or the topics going, we have robot pharmacies. And then, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that share button? Did you guys hit that like button yet? Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure to set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home, and let me know what you think of the show. Hey, before we start the second half, We all know that a financial situation is coming, a new one. Will it be a recession or a simple downturn? Well, if you want to survive through it, you should order my new book. Go to barnesandnoble.com and look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse, and you can pre-order it, and I promise you're going to learn something. It has great reviews from the people who got an advanced copy of the book, and I'm definitely telling you, you're going to learn something, and it'll help you make more money when you read the book. All right, let's get into the second half. All right, let's talk about vaccine funding. I'll tell you, I really think the media is kind of bored with the war. This week, I've seen more stories about masks and vaccines than I've seen in 3 months since the scary Omicron variant was discovered. Oh, by the way, it's no longer called the scary Omicron variant. Apparently, the CDC didn't like me saying scary Omicron variant. A lot of other people didn't like me saying it either. A lot of people laughed at it. So now it's called the BA.2 variant. Yes, the BA.2 variant, in case you weren't keeping up. That's what it's called, BA.2. Well, the profiteers, known as Congress, are trying to pass a $22 billion bill that will ensure that everyone can get a 4th booster shot. $22 billion? Really? How much is that a shot? Or even a better question is, how much does Joe and Hunter Biden get of that $22 billion? And probably a little bit goes to Nancy Pelosi. Now, I want you guys to listen to this very carefully. If there are about 330 million people in the country, that means if I divide 22 billion by 330 million, I get, $666 per shot. $666 per shot. Okay, conspiracy theories, go at it. But seriously, $666 per person per shot. In that same article, they discuss Biden getting his 4th shot. Now, many of us heard about people dying from heart attacks or strokes or other things after, the event. I couldn't say the V word here because YouTube would shut me down again. But after the second or third, the thing, people seem to mysteriously die. Well, he got his shot yesterday. Anyone have a Deadpool on this? I'm going to mark down my date, April 13th at 7:12 a.m. Oh, wait. Hold on. That would mean that the laughing hyena would be president. I sure hope his dose was fake. All right, let's talk about robot pharmacies. You guys are getting into this, huh? Everybody's commenting about the 666 thing. All right, let's talk about robot pharmacies. Since we've been talking about drugs and viruses and other pharmaceuticals today, I thought it would be appropriate to discuss an article about the future of filling prescriptions. How many of you have gone into the big box pharmacy, big box pharmacy stores, drop off your prescription and been told to come back in about 30 minutes just to find out that when you came back in 30 minutes, no one counted your pills and no one put them into the orange bottle for you? I don't understand why it's not like McDonald's. You place your order, you step aside, and you wait a few minutes, and voila, your burgers and fries are handed to you. The druggist doesn't even need to cook the pills to order. This should be simple. Well, instead of using the Ray Kroc ideas of systems, the pharmacy giant Walgreens is turning to robots to fill your prescription. Now, they say that each robot could fill 300 prescriptions in an hour. And that's roughly the same number that a typical Walgreens pharmacy with a handful of staff can do in a day. So basically, a regular staff can do 300 prescriptions in a day. They're saying they can do it in an hour. This is great, or is it? Well, it turns out that the prescriptions will be handled in an off-site facility. That means when your doctor calls in a prescription, or nowadays types it into a computer, the prescription will be sent to a local pill bottle filling center and then shipped to your pharmacy. Yes, as technology gets better, humans get stupider. So now you have to wait for the drug to be sent to the pharmacy because instead of hiring a $12 an hour worker to put the pills in a bottle locally and fast, they decided this would be better. Anyway, on a serious note, my guess is it's probably going to be that the drugs will be more likely delivered to your home in the future, and the need to no longer pick them up will actually make the process a better one. I don't know. But I can't help but think about the person who fills the vats with the medication, right? They take this big thing and they dump the medication into the vat, and if they put the wrong medication in the wrong vat, thousands will be affected before anyone discovers it. For that matter, what kind of security and quality control measures are they going to take to prevent this? Well, Walgreens stock is currently around 47, and their earnings announcement was today, and they did pretty well. They actually popped a little bit. I think they were up about 1.5 since then. I look forward to seeing how they do in the future. And look, we also talked about dividend-paying stocks yesterday, and Walgreens pays a nice dividend of about 4%. It's probably a winning stock with a PE of 6. I'd say it's a very good long-term buy and hold. All right. As you guys know, I pretty much vented and rambled today. I want to welcome any new viewers and listeners that may be watching that I met last night at an event in New Jersey, and I want to thank you for joining us. I had a lot of fun last night. I was actually speaking, and I was talking to some groups last night. That was great. And if you have a real estate or financial group and you need a speaker, it's actually one of my favorite things to do. Reach out. I'll set it up. Most of the time I speak for free, so just let me know. Let's take a quick break, and we'll see you in a minute.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, you guys are enjoying the revised set and revised system we're using to do this show? We changed some things. Hopefully the audio is better. Hopefully the video is better. Let me know what you think. We're working on it. Obviously, we've had a couple of technical difficulties during the show today, but no big deal. Just want to let you guys know that we updated it. So if you're watching online, please let Mike know. Mike's our engineer here. Please let him know what a great job he's doing. All right, right now the Dow is down 37, the S&P is down 2, and the NASDAQ is up 26. Wait, I also have to say that my engineer over at WWDB, TJ, is also doing a great job. Don't want to leave him out. All right, we also talked about vaccine funding and robot pharmacies. And coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button online? Come on, do it now. Let everyone know what great stocks plays are coming by sharing this information. And of course, you can share in groups or you can share on your own page that you feel will benefit from these great stock plays. Don't forget to leave the comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And of course, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, thanks to TJ, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market. All right, let's talk about what's going to happen today. Hey, I basically told you yesterday that it was going to be a pause, and like clockwork, there it was. Today should be a little bit more of the same, but I'm going to say that we're probably going to have a little bit of a flurry of activity after 12 o'clock. No one's announcing anything. It's just at the end of the month jitters and profits that are going to basically affect the market today. Profits will be taken and booked for the bonuses. This happens at the end of every month, so watch for it. Don't forget that it's also the end of the quarter. So quarterly bonuses will be at stake here as well. So if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, the money managers who work for Wall Street make monthly bonuses, weekly bonuses, and quarterly bonuses. So this today is going to get all of those bonuses. And if we talked about yesterday, we talked about the steak and tuna theory, and you know that these guys want to take out their wife, their girlfriend, or their mistress, or all three, to the Capitol Grill tomorrow. So watch for the steak and tuna theory to kick in, and watch for these people to take profits right around 12 o'clock. All right. Biden, by the way, is also going to be releasing oil reserves in an attempt to lower gas prices. I have to tell you, this is a really bad idea. The reserves are there for a specific reason in case of a dire emergency. High gas prices are not an emergency. Oh, wait, I guess they are, at least for the Democrats, in the midterms. Look, I forget what it's all about. Most likely it's only about Democrats getting votes, so that if they lower the oil prices, maybe they'll get more votes. That's really bad. Well, oil did move down on this, so it may be working. I also mentioned that I believe oil will settle down below 100 and then move to a more stable range of 75 to 85, and my guess is going to happen sometime within a month. My standard plays are still Apple, Meta, Google, Amazon, and any airline stock like AAL, cruise stocks, and I also like CCL because it's so cheap. These are great plays. Look, the mask mandates are being lifted. Everybody's going to go back to normal, or whatever the new normal is, or the new world order, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, but people will start cruising again. People will start flying again. All right, let's talk about the crypto scene. Bitcoin and the other cryptos, they're kind of not really going on. Nothing's really happening. There's nothing really big going on here. Bitcoin is right around 48,000 again, and Ether is right around 3,400 again. Gold and silver are steady, and really there's nothing to see here for a while. These are good long-term plays. I suggest them often, so I would suggest you get into them. The Treasury bonds are just over 2.35%. And real quick, I also want to say, by the way, oil is right around 101 right now, a barrel, and it's going to get interesting. I actually think it'll drop. Hey, I also want to mention that the Dow is down 26. The S&P is pretty much even, and the Nasdaq is down 32. I'm gonna think that after 12 o'clock today, the market's going to go back down. So watch for it. I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. Of course, I want to thank you for your continued support. I want to thank you for the continued support on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And if you guys are listening to the show, please reach out, let us know. You can leave comments on not only the Money Chat Now fan page, but the WWDB Radio fan page, and look for us online. My name, of course, is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I'm also the CEO of Investor Schooling. Don't forget, tonight we have a class, so go to investorschooling.com, and there you can sign up for a free class tonight. You can learn a little bit more about stock options. We teach a lot about stock options. We teach about real estate. We teach about other ways to make money. Don't forget to sign up for the Freedom and Finances event. Go to 4mmw.com, 4mmw.com, and you'll be able to register there. There's about 30 seats left, so I would certainly register now. It's going to be a great event with Doug Mastriano, Bill Spadia, myself. We got Teddy Daniels coming. We got some really great people coming. You definitely need to be there. Hey, I want to remind everybody that from time to time I own some of the assets and some of the options discussed on this show. The opinions discussed on this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Oftentimes, people ask me not to discuss them. Isn't that kind? I don't know. I just find that joke very funny. Whatever. All right. I look forward to guys seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Phone Call Friday. Don't forget. Make it a profitable day.